Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
No. Don't look at me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. This is another episode of Coffee and Contemplation. I happen to be your host, Old Heart. Sort of appropriate. Either way, I'm here, you're here. We might as well ripen up our brains or our coconuts together. Don't you think? Don't you think it's a little suspect if we don't do it together now that we're both here? Or all of us? Who's listening out there anyway? I don't know. Probably nobody. I'm just shouting into the ether, waiting to see if the void comes to take me away. Oh, good Lord. Either way, I'm sitting down here as usual with a cup of coffee. That's right. Today, it's a cup of Olympia Moonshine. Yes. Thank you. I gotta say, a live studio audience, I cannot take credit for the term Olympia Moonshine. One of my regular customers at my day job, kind of told me one day, he was like, give me a cup of that Olympia Moonshine. His name is David. I heard he got into a motorcycle accident. He is never going to be listening to this. I know that for a fact, but I'm just going to shout him out either way. David, I hope you're doing better, my man. Thank you for that term, Olympia Moonshine. I will carry that torch for us both. I just want to take a second also out of my day to kind of just bring you up to speed on some Old Heart stuff real quick. We got Matinee Edition, we got Coffee and Contemplation, we got the new show Tune In, which I hope y'all have checked out. It's actually really fucking well put together by my co-Old Heart Radio host, Lucas. So go check that out. Give us a shout out back. He's been popping out some more with that. So let's just move on. Let's transition here to what we're actually going to be talking about topic-wise for the day. That's right. You probably guessed it. You probably did not. I don't know. We're talking about Batman, the animated series. The pivotal animated show from the 90s childhood experience. If you did not watch Batman the Animated Series growing up, you definitely missed out. That created the iconic status Batman has in so many people's minds. Mainly just mine, I guess I could speak for. I can't speak for anybody else's, but I'm just going to assume everybody else is as big of a nerd as I am. Kevin Conroy voiced Batman / Bruce Wayne in the series, and he to myself, is the definition of Batman. Like you hear his voice and you're like, holy shit, Batman. Just as much as to me, Mark Hamill is my Joker. Mark Hamill is definitively the voice of the Joker. He's been the best iteration of the Joker so far. Joaquin Phoenix might have something going on here real quick. I'm really excited about that movie, but that's a completely different thing. If you want to hear us talk about it, go listen to Matinee Edition. God dang it. I hate the live studio audience. Either way, like I said, go check out the trailer for that movie and listen to Matinee Edition, and whatever, we're getting back on topic. So Batman the Animated Series, it took Alright. So it took some vibes from, good vibes only, Tim Burton's Batman movies, the famous Michael Keaton ones. It also took a lot of inspiration from the kind of gothic artistic styling that you see that Gotham City is structured after. It also apparently took a little bit of inspiration from those kind of really early on Superman cartoons, which is kind of cool. But it started from on September 5th, 1992, and it ran until September 15th, 1995, which, like I said, pivotal years in my childhood. It's the definition of like where DC animated anything started. Like that, the popularity of that series led to like a Superman series, led to, you know, the Justice League series, which I also want to do an episode about, but it led to so much, and it was just pivotal. Nothing was like it at the time. Like they were doing, you know, entire cityscapes on backdrops of black paper or canvas or whatever, and they were doing, you know, just these fun storylines, like the first story, like the second episode is like Christmas with the Joker, where he kidnaps like the Commissioner Gordon and Harvey Dent or Harvey Bullock, and like, you know, and just like kind of like sends Batman and Robin on a fucking wild goose chase. It's ridiculous. But the first episode is On Leather Wings, which is heavy. It introduces the Man-Bat, which is one of my favorite. Like, for some reason, the idea of Batman fighting the Man-Bat makes me think of like myself fighting like Sasquatch or something. Like, it's just like you're kind of on par physically, but not really at all. But you're gonna just like do it anyway. I just shoutouts to Evil L forever always. Shoutouts to Castle Roll, find him on Instagram. Shoutouts to my little brother Bugatron. Shoutouts to Mooner6. Shoutouts to really anybody listening out there. Shoutouts to Yellow Teeth. Shoutouts to shit, man, I don't even know. If you're listening, like, leave a note, leave a comment, like send me a friendly email, and I'll with like your Twitter handle, and I'll shout you out if you want. I don't know if that makes a difference to you. If it does, it's probably not the greatest show for you, but either way, we're getting back to the series. So, like I said, On Leather Wings, like it's dramatic though. It's the first episode out the gate, and it's just like, kind of has just this gut punch, because it paints the whole Man-Bat as like a very like Jekyll and Hyde kind of character right away, and it ends with Batman fixing him for now, but his whole thing is that he's addicted to becoming the Beast. It's just, like I said, it's heavy, and it introduces like this, like not just, I mean, there's action, but the action is like, it reminds me of a more serious take on the Batman 66, where it's you know, instead of like pows, kapangs, and like flashing bright lights, you see like dramatic like bumps in the music, like da-da-da-da-da-da. It's because it's Danny fucking Elfman doing the fucking music, right? He just got plucked right out of Tim Burton's hands and got plopped right into Bruce Timm's, who we have to shout out. Bruce Timm, thank you for giving us this immortal series. Pass it on. Like I said, it became the standard, the definition for like, can you top this? Can you at least try to match this? And if you couldn't, then get the fuck out the room. Like Marvel had so many shows. I'm not knocking them necessarily, but they had a handful of shows in the 90s that just did not take off, that people don't really recall as well. They think of Spider-Man and X-Men, but they don't fucking talk about Fantastic Four. They don't talk about Iron Man. They don't talk about the Hulk series, right? Because they weren't that well received. They weren't great. This had like, you could captivate adults with this show. I mean, it was dramatic. It had comedy. It had heart. It had some action. It had tasteful action. Tasteful Batman action. And it made me want a grappling hook gun so bad. But I never got one. Although, shout outs to my younger brother, who just gave me Bugatron. Shout outs to Bugatron, aka Ethan, aka my younger brother, aka super dope dude. I wish I get him on an episode. I try and trap him on an episode of Local Yokel, because he's just he's younger than me by a handful of years, but he's just this quiet-spoken, profound motherfucker, and I love him. Yeah, that's not something to knock, man. Either way, so he just got me the Blu-ray collection of all of Batman the Animated Series, including the animated movies that they made with it, Sub-Zero and Mask of the Phantasm, which is fucking crisp, delicious, rich marinara. And so we watched a couple episodes, and it just sparked me into this. But it, like I said, it was just like, it was pivotal. Okay, I couldn't think of how many times we played just just as these characters, these specific animated versions of Batman and Robin as kids. It painted such a sympathetic picture for some of the villains too, where it, you know, like not Sub-Zero, Jesus, crossover, Mr. Freeze and Harvey Dent, man, aka Two-Face. He was one that I will forever find some sympathy and some empathy for because of that show. Like, it paints him in this, like, he gets, you know, disfigured because of something that he tried to stop, or you know, and he maybe had an anger issue, maybe, but that, you know, either way, it gives weight to these characters, not just like punches and kicks, which is one of the most incredible things about this show itself. It ran for, I believe, 3 seasons, then transferred into like the Adventures of Batman and Robin or something like that. There's a couple other iterations, and there have been, like, you know, styling changes, but the original kind of like dark gothic, like almost like 40s-esque version of Gotham that you see in this show is just, it's usually what pops in my mind first off. Mainly because since then, like, we haven't been given a very good definitive version of that, like, city. We've been given little tastes, you know? But I really highly recommend you go out and you find a way to watch that series if you never did. I appreciate that series so much in my deep heart. I want to thank my younger brother, Bugatron, aka Ethan, aka my younger bro, for giving me that and sparking that back up in me, that love for that series that I've let kind of simmer. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful in this kind of just the storytelling and the styling and the music. The Danny Elfman, like, you know, he's got the, like, a little salt on top to just open up the flavor. It's an incredible series, and they tried to copy it a little bit with, like, the following, like, Superman, The Adventures of Superman or whatever show, which didn't really have, I mean, it didn't have the Batman feel, which is exactly what it needed to not do, but it had the same kind of styling, and it just didn't fit right on me. I love Superman, but, you know, the Batman series, the Batman the Animated Series was the choice, the marinara, the meat on the bones. Either way, I hope you go out there and you use your motherfucking day for good. Why? Because this has been another episode of Coffee and Contemplation. That's right, I said it, Coffee and Contemplation. But if you look this up on Apple or Spotify or iHeartRadio now, just look up Old Heart Radio. Just do me a favor and do that. Old Heart Radio. Plug it into your search engines. Or don't. Because I don't even know if you're out there, listeners. Just talking to the ether. Either way, like I said, go out there. Use your brain for good. Every day's a good day to ripen up that coconut. And as always, keep your stick on the ice.